Hi everyone, my name is Shireen Saluja and I am a life and relationship coach, and today I want to talk about Gehraiyan. So this is not a review at all. This is my observation as a coach and what we can all learn from this movie. The biggest lesson that we can all learn from this film is that sooner or later your lies will catch up with you, right? So the truth has only one version, but a lie has multiple versions, and to keep up with that one lie you have to weave more and more and more, but one day they will catch up with you when you least expect them to. So that's how the movie kind of ends. And for those of you who haven't seen it, obviously I'm not getting into it. This is not a review. I'm not talking about the clothes, the performances. Today I'm going to be talking about what we can all learn from Deepika's character, because let's face it, she was the main character and there is a lot of juice in that character. So let's get started. So Deepika had complex childhood trauma, of course. Both her parents were unavailable. We're not getting into who was good, who was bad, because this is all very subjective. And both her parents had their own issues and they were unavailable to this child. She did not get her emotional needs met. She did not get her needs met. She did not get the love and attention that she deserved as a child. So bear in mind, when you're that young and you are in a dysfunctional family, and in this family there's a lot of dysfunction and it is operating on various different layers, right? There's a cousin, her family, etc., etc. So when you go through that dysfunction, for a child, the conclusion that a child comes to is that something must be wrong with me. That's why they are behaving the way they are behaving. I must not be good enough. I must be a defective piece. I must not be lovable. That's why my parents are doing what they are doing, you see? Because when you are that young, it is all about your ego. Everything is about you. You internalize everything. And also, a child is very vulnerable. A child is completely dependent on the parents and the caregivers and the older people around that child. The child is completely dependent on other people for survival, for everything: food, shelter, clothes, everything. So you are very, very vulnerable and you don't have a solid understanding of what's going on. So everything is about you. Everything is because of you. That is how a child's mind works. So she grew up believing that she's not good enough, she's not lovable, she must be a defective piece. And because of all these reasons, her parents behaved the way they did. Now, mind you, this is not a conscious thought, this is a subconscious belief that gets embedded into a child's personality. And it shows up most in your romantic relationships, in your intimate relationships as an adult, right? So both her parents were unavailable and she grew up to be quite unavailable herself as well. As the movie starts, she is quite emotionally blocked. Like the minute her cousin starts to talk about her father, she just walks away. But there is a lot of triggering emotions that are not coming to the surface. We don't see that she's actively seeking help. We don't see that she is working on herself or she's going to a therapist. We don't see that in the movie. So maybe she was, maybe she wasn't, who knows? But there's a lot of unresolved trauma around it. The first and the biggest red flag is when Zayn starts to flirt with Alicia. She knows he is her cousin's fiance. So this man is a no-go. Anybody who is healthy will say, no, this is wrong. They will not get impressed. They will call out the behavior and they will go to the cousin and tell them what's going on. But she thought it was okay. And from there, things started to progress. And throughout their crazy relationship, there were so many red flags. When he saved her number as contractor, when he would ignore her calls, when he didn't show up for the appointment with the gynecologist, all of those are red flags. When he says 6 months, give me 6 months, when he magically invested in her company, those are all red flags. But because her compass is so off, it's faulty, she can't see it. She's oblivious to these red flags because she hasn't dealt with her trauma. If you keep ignoring red flags, you will find yourself in sticky situations, and that is exactly what happened to her. It happened with her. As the movie starts, it's quite obvious that she's not very happy. She's quite miserable with her life, with her situation, with her partner, her boyfriend, who doesn't have a job. He's trying to be a writer. She's providing for him. She's trying to find investors for an app, and she has all these unresolved issues from her past. So she's not very happy. right? She's not seen like somebody who is enjoying herself. Even her character, the way she's acted, she's done a really good job because it shows that there's a lot of weight on her. So her personality is very, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's very dabawa. It's very suppressed. Yes, because her emotions have been suppressed all this while, right? So yeah, so she, I don't know what she was looking for. She was maybe looking for someone who would save her from her mess. Maybe she was looking for some thrill, some excitement, a combination of all of that to escape her reality. You know, who does she find? She finds the most unavailable man on the planet and she has an affair with him. How is this man unavailable? He is her cousin's fiance. Just because you are getting involved with a man like that, he is super limited in his availability to you. He's already committed to a woman, and then whatever little time he has on the side, he will come and have sex with you, or he will spend that time with you. So you're already signing up for unavailability, you see, because that's all you have seen. You have only seen dysfunction, so that's what you are drawn to. We are actually drawn to the worst qualities in a case where there has been childhood trauma and your experience as a child has been less than nurturing in your childhood. You are drawn to partners who embody the worst characteristics from both your parents. You're drawn to them because emotions get triggered on a subconscious level. The fantasy of rescuing that mother or being rescued by somebody gets triggered. You know, this person, because of all the similar traits, feels familiar on a soul level, on a subconscious level. So you think this is a soul connection. And all these are reasons that there are these intense emotions, unprocessed emotions from your childhood that result in this off the charts chemistry. One more thing I want to quickly point out is that when the movie starts, she keeps calling herself unlucky, and you see how that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is because how she grew up, she believed on a bodily level that she was really unlucky, and so she kept noticing that evidence in her life, throughout her life. And she also kept getting into situations where she would get to call herself unlucky over and over and over again, till the time you realize what you're speaking, what you're feeling, and what you're believing. Until the time you consciously make an effort to change that story, your life is not going to change, your decisions are not going to change, your actions are not going to change. So I hope that this kind of gives you a little bit of insight and a lot of learning from this movie. If you are in a similar situation, or if you know somebody really well and they are in a similar situation, then you need help, and it is okay to get help, and you're not alone, because this is happening a lot. If you are currently invested in an unavailable man or woman and you need to put an end to it, you need to understand what the hell is going on in your life, you need to put this chapter behind you, you need to move ahead in life, you have realized that this relationship is dysfunctional, it's toxic, it's not working out, and you need to put an end to it, I have just the ebook for you. It is a 5-part ebook. It's called Get Over It. It is actually a workbook. It is loaded with very powerful exercises, and this book is available right now. So if you would like a copy, send me an email. My email is mentioned in the description box down below. Send me an email and I will get back to you with all the details. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope this was useful, and if you want me to make any more videos on this film or any other character, let me know. I would be more than happy to shoot a video and present it to you guys. Let me know. I would love to hear from you, and if you found it useful, don't forget to smash that like button, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.